Hello, beautiful people. So, it's time for the Celtic Rain Radio Show. That's right. We're on just like a few seconds early, but that's not going to be a big deal because that just gives you more time to get on, have a great time. I know. And so that's what's going to happen tonight. We're going to have an amazing time. It's going to be so good. You guys know that if you're not watching from YouTube, you should go to youtube.com/C for channel/Celtic Rain, like rain out of the sky. You'll be able to subscribe, hit that little bell. It's like magic. It's like magic. And then you just know exactly when we're going to be on. It's amazing. It is. If you have music to send me, you can send it to CelticRain777@gmail.com. And all you have to do is be a small label or independent artist. And please be friendly, meaning please no cursing. Let's not make fun of people. It's just not worth it. Right? I know it is what it is. But we have an amazing show for you tonight. We have first Lady Beth by Green Man and the Muse. And then we have Faith by me. And then we have Giant Mutant Spider by El Troubadour, because I actually love spiders. It's one of my things. I know. But needless to say, we're going to have a great time with great music. And, that is what it is. So you guys ready for great music? Because I know I am. Here we go.
She's the fullness of womanhood walking in grace, and I never knew magic till I saw her face. To the depths of her beauty, oh, I'll always chase for her love. 'Cause I've been to Glasgow and to Inverness, and I've lived for the good times, by treasure each breath, and I've found nothing sweeter than my Lady Beth. Well, I met her on a Friday when the moon was full, and we danced all night like they do in Donegal. Her first kiss was so gentle that it reached down deep in my soul. Well, I've been to Glasgow and to Inverness, and I've lived for the good times, by treasure each breath, and I've found nothing sweeter than my Lady Beth. I found that my heart has traveled so far, and my searching has brought me back where you are. For there's nothing brighter than the bright shining star of your love. 'Cause I've been to Glasgow and to Inverness, and I've lived for the good times, but I treasure each breath, and I found nothing sweeter than my Lady Beth. Well, I've been to Glasgow and to Inverness, and I've lived for the good times, but I treasure each breath, and I found nothing sweeter than my Lady Beth.
say the words out loud? How can you trust your love? How can you know it's from above? Faith is the only way. Faith can move mountains. Faith pulls you through the day. Faith.
There's only one way to give your all. Faith is the only way, mind and soul.
How can you live with death? How can you know there's someone else? How can you trust his will? How can you touch and see and feel? Faith is the only way. Faith can move mountains. Faith pulls you through the day. Faith.
There's only one way
There's only
to give your
one
all.
way.
Faith is the only
There's
way,
only
mind and
one
soul.
way.
There's only one way
There's only
to give your
one
all.
way. Yeah.
Faith is the only way,
It's
mind and soul.
How can you think you'll live when there's no hope or help to give? How can you trust his care when it is said there's no hope there? There's only one way
To give
give your all.
faith
Faith
is the only way, mind and soul.
How can you touch a cloud saying the words out loud? How can you trust your love knowing it's from above? How can you live with death knowing there's someone else? How can you trust his will? Just trust in him. How can you think you'll live when there's no hope to give? How can you trust his care when it is said there's no hope there? How can you touch a cloud? How can you touch a cloud? How can you think you'll live? How can you live with death? There's only one way.
Faith pulls you through the day. Faith pulls you through the day.
Itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the acid rain and creeped the spider out. A product of experiment, genetic mutation. Off on its campaign of domestic mutilation. Giant mutant spider climbed up the coolant tower, cracked it like an egg and sucked out all the power. Mutant spider genes drenched in Madame Curie's potion. The spider spinning cobwebs with unusual devotion. Terrified people living near the power station saw webs depicting fiendish differential equations. Spider math and spidercraft, 12-dimensional geometry, proved superstrings and other things too minuscule to see. A soldier with a rocket launcher ended the discussion. A million tiny spider pieces scattered by concussion. A million spider pieces scuttling across the plain. And the itsy bitsy spiders climbed up the spout again.
Okay, that's the best itsy bitsy spider I've ever heard in my life, my whole life, because I've been working with mentally and physically disabled kids at a camp this summer. Literally just finished last week, teaching music, and a lot of itsy bitsy spider That's the best Itsy Bitsy Spider I've heard ever. I'm going to use it. I'm not sure, probably not with the younger ones, but the middle schoolers, they will love that. Oh, that's happening. I love you so much, El Troubadour. Such great, great times. But you know what we have? We have a Mr. Buck Rogers in the house. How you doing?
Hey, great, Rebecca. Nice to see you and be on your show tonight.
You too. Well, you are Mr. Buck Rogers has been here with me since the beginning of this show, has sent in his stuff since the very, very beginning, and I've been playing you for like 3 years. It's kind of
Yes.
hilarious. And you've been on our show, I think maybe 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
So you are the most regular personally. You've been on the show probably almost more than anybody except for me.
Yeah, it's a blessing.
Almost. So
And the Itsy Bitsy Spider almost got me today. My wife and I were at a restaurant, and I walked into the bathroom, and I noticed on my right ear that there was kind of like a bug or something.
Oh my
And next thing I notice my ear is bleeding profusely.
oh my goodness. Holy crap.
Yeah, and so I went into the restroom. I was in the restroom of the establishment, and I tried to, wash it off, and because I knew it wasn't, your ear starts bleeding, you start going, "Am I leaking from my brain?" Or
Yeah,
something.
right?
And I realized then finally that I thought there was like a bug or a spider or something on me, and I could feel a little peck, but I think it bit me, whatever was on me, and so it just started leaking out of my ear, and I was in the bathroom, and I tried to get water out of the faucet, and it was one of these fancy brand new faucets where you just put your hand
Okay,
like this,
It just keeps getting worse and worse.
and you go, just give me a handle, please.
Oh my
Because
God.
it came no water whatsoever. So then I try to get a paper towel, and I do the
Oh my
same
God.
thing. It's a wave thing. Just give me a crank. Come on, before I bleed out.
It just wasn't your day. It just wasn't your day.
I got to stop, but it must have been a spider bite or something. And that's a good song for me too, because
There you go.
on Friday I'm playing for a group of preschoolers at Girls Inc. in Shelbyville. So
Don't tell them
that might be a good
spider.
itsy bitsy spider thing. So
Yeah. Don't tell them your spider story. That will scare them. It's not that is crazy. I have heard, now here's my ear. This is totally off topic. Here's my ear story that if you're ever in a place where someone's trying to attack you, it only takes 10 pounds of pressure to rip an ear off. And
I don't doubt that.
Run.
But I couldn't find any water or paper towels for a moment there. So
And I guess they bleed profusely. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think we've gotten slightly off topic here, but I would love to. So for those people who don't know who you are, and if you don't listen to the show, then that's the only reason you don't know who this beautiful man is. Tell us a little bit about yourself. When did you start music? Where do you play music? What's your music like?
Well, I go by Buck Rogers Jr. because my dad was a World War II veteran, and I do that in honor of the World War II veterans and Korean veterans. I had, members of my family in World War II and Korea. I have a whole lot of respect for the greatest generation. As Tom Brokaw used to say, probably in your family too, Rebecca, or many of the listeners out there and their family members, they've had people from World War II or Korea or Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan these days. So just to say thank you to the service members. I use my dad's nickname in the service, and I started playing music. I started taking lessons as a teenager in church. And I had a friend of mine in church that taught me how to play the guitar. The very first song that I learned to play was Eleanor Rigby on guitar by the Beatles. And it's interesting that the Beatles are celebrating 60 years coming at the Indiana State Fair, which I'll be playing at here coming up but they're doing
Yeah.
a lot at the State Fair for the Beatles' 60th anniversary, playing at the Coliseum for $5 that night in 1964. And, the music was just going all around when I was growing up, everything from the Beatles to the Rolling Stones. God bless them, who are still out on tour doing their last tour dates coming on Sunday. I had the fortune to see them in New Orleans on this tour. Soul music, rhythm and blues from the 1960s and 70s, big influences on me. And people ask me what I would consider my music. And I kind of go by Buck Rogers Jr. It's a grandiose title, Indiana songwriter, but I call my stuff Hoosier Kana. And what I mean by Hoosier Kana is, it could be music from the farms. It could be music from the city. It could be music from the state fair. It could be music about your town, about your family and your friends. But it's centralized on Louisiana with a touch of Louisiana, because that's where my mom was from. She was from New Orleans, and we used to make annual trips to New Orleans from Indiana to the great city of New Orleans every year. So I knew a lot about the North, and I knew some about the South at that time.
Nice. Well, we are going to actually listen to a song called Indiana State Fair.
Yeah.
Mardi Gras Hybrid. Tell us about this one.
Mardi Gras Hayride, yes.
Hayride. Sorry about Hayride.
Okay, so that's got all the elements of what I just talked about in it.
Yes.
It's got the Indiana State Fair, which I'm really fortunate to play at. And I play with my friends Bill Bailey and Steve Robbins and Al Stratner, Jerome Mills, people from La Louisiana, Michael Morris, Jay Thompson, Matt Tamer. So, I play in a couple of different groups. And the Indiana State Fair, so I usually write a song when I play at the State Fair each year. And this is one that I've written for the fair this year. Mardi Gras, of course, the great tradition of Mardi Gras in Louisiana and New Orleans. And then the hayride part of it is the interesting part for me, because in Indiana, you have a lot of hayrides in the fall. But you also had that in Louisiana, because there was a circuit called the Louisiana Hayride that Hank Williams was on, and that the late, great Elvis Presley was on. And they actually played in spots in Louisiana, including New Orleans, as part of the Louisiana Hayride. And people can Google that, and it's got all kinds of great things from the past. Hank Williams, Elvis, many others, Carl Perkins, I'm sure, many others who played on the Louisiana Hayride. So this song combines all that stuff together. And we recorded it recently at Playground that I love to record at, as you know, with our good friend Adam Revere.
Adam's awesome. Gotta love Playground. Well, we're going to listen to that song and have a great time. You ready?
That's good, yes.
All right, let's do it. All right, well, you guys, we are going to listen to Indiana State Fair Mardi Gras Hayride by Mr. Buck Rogers Jr. Then we have Forever Lullaby by Brian Henke. That's right. I just saw Brian at Starwood, had a great time. And then Ally by Peter Burns. Some amazing, amazing music coming your way right now. Here we go.
What's a Hoosier State Mardi Gras? Let's all take a ride to the Indiana State Fair. Come on, join us inside at the great Indiana State Fair. It's a carnival time. Well, it's Indiana State Fair. Hey, it's a Mardi Gras hayride at the Indiana State Fair. There's deep fried fun inside at the great Indiana State Fair. At the Opry Barn tonight. Here, Buck Rogers Jr. and his crew will take you for a ride. Listen to the music on a Mardi Gras hayride. Get some deep fried food and take your family on some rides at the great Indiana State Fair. It's a Mardi Gras time. great Indiana State Fair. It's a Mardi Gras hayride.
White roses at your feet make all your angels cry. A forever lullaby. Journey from here to there, I'll follow anywhere. Vanish into the air. The whippoorwill and the owl sing the moon. The shining stars call the tune. The dreams you leave behind, forever turning back. White roses dressed in black. The whippoorwill and the owl sing the moon. The shining stars call the tune. The fairies as they fly whisper a winsome sigh. A forever lullaby. A forever lullaby. A forever lullaby. I got arms lift you up, heart that hears you cry. I've got a shoulder for you to lean on. I'm your ally. shoulder you can lean on. I'm your ally. I'm your ally. I'm your ally. You can lean on me. I'm your
I'm your ally. The Celtic Rain Radio Show is always here for you. Remember that. Always, always, always remember that. Also, remember that if you have music to send me, all you have to do is send it to CelticRain777@gmail.com. And as long as you're a small label or independent artist and family friendly, dude, I will play your music. That's right. What does family friendly mean? Well, it means no cursing. Let's not make fun of people. It's literally that easy. I'm just saying. It is. Well, we're going to have a little bit more beautiful music for you. We're going to have Let Me Go. Like you say like that. Let Me Go by Richard Cottle. And then we have I Will Exalt You, O Lord, which I wrote. The last two songs, Faith, and this one were on my very, very, very first album that I actually wrote and recorded in college. So the gospel choir behind me is the actual gospel choir that I used to sing with at college. Lots of fun stuff. And then we have Tribe of Sisters. That's right. By Shakti, Penelope. And so some great, great music. I'm telling you, great music on the Celtic Rain Radio Show. It is what it is. You ready for it? Here we go.
There's no nobility in holding on to me. Time has come for you to let me go. It's not as easy as it sounds when your world is upside down. It's not too late for you, you know. There's still a life out there for you. But there is something I need for you to do. Let me go. I know you'll be alright without me. Let me go. And as the future years roll on and on, you'll see you'll always have my memory to keep you company. But you have to take the first step down that road. There's no tranquility in chasing after me. You know it's time for you to just let go. I know you feel it in your heart. There's no better time to start. It's now or never, don't you know? There's nothing left to lose. You know that this is what you got to do. Just let go. I know you'll be okay without me. Just let go. And as the future years roll on and on, you'll find just a little peace of mind somewhere down the line. But you can't start without the first step down that road. There's nothing left to lose. You know that this is what you got to do. Let me go. I know you'll be okay without me. Let me go. And as the future years roll on and on, you'll find just a little peace of mind. I know you'll be okay.
I will exalt you, O Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. For you lift me out of the depths and did not let my enemies float. I will exalt you, O Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. Oh Lord, my God, I called to you for help, and you healed me. I will exalt you, O Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. Oh Lord, you brought me up from the grave. You spared me from the pit. I will exalt you, O Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. I'll exalt your name unto the holies. I will lift your name above the nations. I'll exalt your name. I will exalt you, Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. For you lift me out of the depths and did not let my enemies go. I will exalt you, O Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. Oh Lord, my God, I called to you for help, and you healed me. I will exalt you, O Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. Oh Lord, you brought me up from the grave. You spared me from the pit. I will exalt you, O Lord. I will exalt you, O Lord. will exalt you, oh Lord. I will exalt you, oh Lord. I'll exalt your name unto the holies. I will lift your name above the nations. I'll exalt your name. I will exalt you, Lord. I'll exalt your name unto the holies. I will lift your name above the nations. I'll exalt your name. I will exalt you, Lord. I'll exalt your name. I will exalt you, Lord.
Wading through the creek, my sisters and me, water cool on our skin, we're feeling so free. I look back at you, you take my hand. The ceremony starts from inside of you. We all gather in close, we've taken the cue, singing thank you for the water. We understand. This tribe of love and dancing women cooking our food over our campfire in gratitude to nourish ourselves and others is just like breathing. We can tell each other anything and know we're safe. We can share in the silence and feel this grace. Through us, humanity and nature is interweaving. Our tribe of sisters is strong. You're beside me my whole life long, turning the wheel of the year. So glad that we are here, laying under moonlight, looking at stars, heads all together, feeling like we are one body. The magic of the night. The next morning we wake up like flowers in the dew, sipping our tea and I'm laughing with you. Sun salutations to greet the light. We priestess for each other as the cycles pass by. My beloved sisters, my nature tribe. My heart is so glad to run through the fields with you. Take me to the wild places here in town. We'll make a flower mandala on the ground. Our beautiful creations are always healing. Take it back home, walking through the door. My lover sees I'm shining even more. Divinely feminine is how I'm feeling. Our tribe of sisters is strong. You're beside me my whole life long. Come now, women, unite and howl at the moonlight all through the sunset of our lives. We'll laugh until we cry, and I'll hold you when you weep. Priestesses of the deep, I'm grateful for you, my tribe of sisters. I'm grateful for you, my tribe of sisters. I'm grateful for you, just the way you are. Oh, this is how we grow, my tribe of sisters. I'm grateful together, driven in the flow. The medicine of the earth is in our hearts. It's what we are. Wading through the creek, my sisters and me. Water pool on our skin, we're feeling so free. I look back at you, you take my hand.
I have a few people in my life like that, and that are just soul sisters. And I thank God for them every single day, because they and my soul brothers have been the ones that have gotten me through some of the hardest times in my life, and still are. And I thank God every day for my chosen family, my chosen sisters and brothers. But I have one of them on the show with me tonight. Yes, Mr. Buck Rogers Jr. How are you?
Thank you, Rebecca.
You're welcome.
Hey, have a question. So when you wrote "I Shall Exalt You,"
Mhm.
I think that that's really cool because you have a gift for writing
Thank you.
Christian church spiritual music along that line. So, how do you feel when you see a song that you wrote a long time ago, and you see not that you're not old, but you see the younger person, the you that you know what I'm saying? When you wrote that song, you're a different person than you might
Oh,
be
absolutely,
today.
completely different. I was in college
Yeah.
when I wrote that song, and I was going through so much already, and giving my life back to God and saying, okay, this is where I'm going to go with this, and kind of giving up everything that I knew so that I could turn around and just go somewhere with my life. And I was living on my own, to be honest. I was living in the dorms, and I would just transfer dorms during the summer because that's where I was living. And I put myself through college, and it was one of these times in life where it was just so chaotic. And I came across a psalm, and it had pretty much the gist of that in the psalm. And I thought, this is what I'm going through right now. God is bringing me. And right now, I thought about it while I was singing it tonight, and I was like, oh my gosh, these words are so as relevant as they were back then. They're just as relevant now in the situations that I'm in at this moment. And especially the protection, and the provision. And I it started making me think back to when I wrote the song, and how I was feeling then, and how some of those same feelings are now, but I'm just older and wiser.
Hmm.
Because the feelings don't go away. It's just a matter of knowing, okay, I've been through these things before. I know God can do this, you know.
Yeah.
And on a funny note, though, it was interesting to listen to my voice, and I was like, oh my gosh, my voice was so much younger back then, and it's deepened. My voice has deepened quite a bit, and has more of a bluesy edge to it now when I'm
Yeah.
recording, and I'm like, oh, interesting. So on that note, that was
Well, you're a younger, gorgeous spirit. Now you're maybe a
there
little bit
you
more
go.
mature, gorgeous spirit. But
There you
still,
go.
I just wonder, if you answered that question because you still do that song, you would still do it.
Oh
See,
yeah, absolutely.
I know some writers that don't do that, And when I go back and I play songs of mine from the past and I listen to them today, they still have the same kind of ring, and I still kind of get the same kind of vibe that I did back then. And I'm really good about remembering, and you may be too, like where you were at when you heard certain things.
Yes.
Like I listen to music today, and today, for instance, I heard the 1960s song "Working on a Chain Gang" by Sam Cooke.
Yes.
Okay, now Sam Cooke had wonderful other writers with him too at the time. Alan Tucson and other people were writing with Sam Cooke. But I can remember, for instance, for me, the night that I heard that Sam Cooke was murdered. Okay, I was at my grandmother's house in Zanesville, Ohio. I was 11 years old. The greatness of Sam Cooke's music has lasted throughout the era. And I would challenge you, Rebecca, to go back in and listen to a little bit of Sam Cooke and maybe even do a Sam Cooke song. I could see you doing one.
You can see that, huh?
Well, he's got wonderful songs, Wonderful World, Working on a Chain Gang, Cupid, Twist, there are a lot of great. So check it out when you get a chance. But Sam Cooke, and try to pick up one. And when I see you play live somewhere, do a Sam Cooke song. I think you could do a wonderful Sam Cooke song. So
okay, I will look into that.
That's kind of what I've been playing some this year. I like one thing with me as I pick up each year, because when I played the music from 1967. I'm 70 years old. When I played the music from 1967, I was there. I remember that era. So I moved up each year, and now I'm kind of playing the soul music of the 60s and 70s. I'm not a great soul singer. Some people might argue I'm not a great singer. I love singing, And my mom just said, "Hey, if you can't sing good, sing loud." And I love singing, so that's maybe the school of thought I came from.
Well, you're not as bad as you're giving. You're not bad.
God bless you.
You're a good singer.
So yeah, thank you.
Don't worry.
But Sam Cooke, check it out, and I'd love to see if you're able to do one. But I just think that when I hear a song like that of "I'll exalt you, Lord," that you write really great Christ-like music, and you also, and of course, I know you have love for Celtic music.
Yeah.
By the way, I ran into the gentleman who runs the Strand Theater, and my band La Louisiane does an annual show there. And he told me to pass along to you that the founding group of Celtic music, like one of the I don't know if it's called the Founding or not, but they're going to play at the Strand Theater. I will forward any information on that to you, and maybe even his email if you have questions. Okay. For you, down the line. But I just appreciate that, because I'm the same way. I play all my old songs, and I have, and I'm proud of that. I'm pleased.
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
you should never be. There are some songs that I write that. Not many, but there are some are just for me, and I just needed to get them out. They're never going to be great, but they just needed to get out. But then there's others that are really good, and when they stand the test of time, that they're worth something. That they're going to touch somebody's heart, and that's what it's about. We are going to listen to a song called Key West Radio. That next, tell us about that one.
All right. So when Jimmy Buffett died, and again, the first time I heard Margaritaville, I'm born in Gary, Indiana. I'm raised in Maryville. I was a Maryville pirate back in the day. I went to school down at IU, and I also went to school at Southern University in New Orleans. So that's where I got my degrees from. But when I first heard Jimmy Buffett on the radio was driving on Broadway at Gary, Indiana. And God bless him, Jimmy Buffett passed away last year. I saw him many times play. One time I saw him play in New Orleans after the oil spill in 2010. He played at the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival. And he said that's not what he meant by all the tourists covered in oil. He had a wry sense of humor.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I just love Jimmy Buffett and his music. So this song's dedicated to the late, great Jimmy Buffett.
Awesome. Well, you know the drill. We're going to do some cheer dancing.
Okay.
Having fun. Here we
I
go.
got cheer.
There you go. Well, we are going to actually listen to Key West Radio by Buck Rogers Jr. Then we have Aaron by Zach Zuba, and he's going to be on the show next week. So come back in for that one. And then Couldn't You Do Without by Mary Run. Some really, really, really fun music. And then stay tuned right after that because Buck Rogers Jr. is going to be back and he's going to play a song live for us too. So yay. Needless to say, let's have some fun with some amazing, amazing music. You guys ready? Here we go.
Now that Jimmy Buffett's gone, can the party still go on? Can parrot heads and dead heads really get along? Yeah, when we all sing Jimmy's songs. Yeah, now that Jimmy sailed on, can the party still go on? Can we treat our neighbors as our friends and help each other get along? Yeah, when we all sing Jimmy's song. One love in heaven above and the deep blue sea below. Jimmy Buffett sang his songs to us. Yeah, songs come from his soul. Son of a sailor and to Margaritaville, let's go. From Pascagoula to New Orleans on Key West Radio. Yeah, now that Jimmy's left the building, can the party still go on? From Bubbles up to man's best friend, hey sailor, sail on. When we all sing Jimmy's songs. One love in heaven above and the deep blue sea below. Jimmy Buffett sang his songs to us, yes, songs come from his soul. Son of a sailor and to Margaritaville, let's go. From Pascagoula to New Orleans on Key West Radio. From Pascagoula to New Orleans on Key West Radio.
Well, pour me another pint of beer, and I'll tell tale of the one I hold dear, my little lonely lady. Well, she's got eyes that shine like a jade, they can light this poor boy's soul ablaze at night. Cannot escape the gaze of Erin. Cause her beauty struck me like a blow to the nose, and my love for her just continues to grow. I pray together we might both grow old. Me and my little rose of Erin. 'Cause she's got a temper that can rival my own. She can rile me up or soothe my soul into her. Well, I just can't say no, not Erin. Yeah, she's got whiskey running through her veins. It ebbs and flows, it waxes and wanes, but I would nary change a thing, Erin. 'Cause her beauty has struck me like a blow to the nose, and my love for her continues to grow. I pray together we might both grow old, me and my little rose named Erin. So pour me another pint of beer, and I'll tell tale of the one I hold dear, my little lovely lady named Erin. Named Erin.
Sometimes it's good to just kind of have that laid back music on. Had a long weekend or a long week, and you can just like sit back with a nice song that kind of puts you in that little like groove where you could just keep going. Be like dun dun da dun 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 da dun. I like that little riff they had there. It's a nice little riff. But you know what? We have Mr. Buck Rogers Jr. back, and you're going to play a song for us.
Yes, I am.
Yes, tell
Rebecca.
us about this song and play it for us.
Hey, I got a question though, because
Oh.
I notice on this show that you love playing ukuleles.
I do. And I haven't ever actually performed a ukulele for anybody except for myself because I'm still learning and I'm a little bit of a perfectionist.
Well, I have to tell you, when Paul McCartney and George Harrison used to get together at their houses, that's what they used to do. They used to break out ukuleles and play.
They're the cutest little funnest little things in the whole world. And you really can kind of figure it all out because they're tuned weird, not like a guitar. And so you have to look up the tuning for a ukulele. But like that last song was like
Yeah, right there.
and I was like, oh
Right
yeah,
there.
that's it right there.
Right there. My friend, who's the band leader for the Blues Ambassadors and plays with my Playground Muddy Boys group, recording group, and also with the La Louisiane band, Steve Robbins, shows me sometimes those kinds of slides on the guitar and how to go up and play those different types of slides. And even at my age, you can learn different things, like a new person. So that's kind of a cool thing. I also have a compliment for you. I hope you can stand a compliment tonight. And the compliment is you are a really good radio hostess.
Why, thank you.
Yeah. I don't know in your past if you've done like radio hosting, DJing work or whatnot, or maybe a past lifetime. I have no idea.
Past life. I didn't ever do it in the past, but I am a preacher, so I tend to know how to talk. And what we did do, and it was kind of interesting. This past weekend, someone said, "Yeah, when I had my classical training, and we would just get up there and we would sing our song, and we would go back down, and this person had to learn how to be an announcer because of situations that she had been put in." And I thought back and I thought, whoa, that's not what we did. In the school that I went to for music, in high school, I went to half day to regular school, and the other half I went to a fine arts center. Like fame. It's like fame. Needless to say. But when we got up there, we'd have to say our name, our full name, what the song was, who composed it, and then we would sing the song. And I thought, that's probably, that, and I was in speech and other things. But yeah, no, I've always been in front of people. I've done acting pretty much my whole life as well, in front of people. So yeah, no, but thank you so much. No,
Yeah. Well, you do
when I
really.
started this, I was like, let's see if
You
I
do a
can
really
do
nice
it.
job hosting this. There's no doubt about that. If you don't mind, if I could say a few things about what I've been doing recently, I'll go ahead and say that before the show.
Yeah,
So last Thursday, and I don't ever discount your gigs that you've done recently. A lot of people in music business, well, that was the past. I'm moving on. No, celebrate that, because sometimes you have to go through some stuff to get there. So last Thursday, the recording group that you see in here with me, that anybody sees and hears with me, and you're welcome to go to my YouTube channel, Buck Rogers Jr. on YouTube. And you can find a lot of this music on there, and I do music videos with it when I record. But we played the recording group, the Playground Muddy Boys. We played at the Rush Shelby Energy annual meeting. Now that might sound like a lot. It's the electrical co-op for the county I live in Shelby County. It is a marvelous event and a marvelous party. And we were so fortunate to play that. And it had literally 1,000 people there. And people are coming in and out. but the group just had a great time. We played over 3 hours, and it was really hot. And then we had a few thunderstorms. I was dehydrated. My daughter was there who helps manage me. It's funny in life because back in the day, I used to be her manager or her ambassador, and at 27 years old now, she's my manager.
Nice.
So we did that on Thursday. On Saturday, I played at the Connorsville Farmers Market solo. Rebecca, I promise you, it was 95 degrees.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
was in the
so
direct
hot.
sunlight on asphalt.
Mm.
I'd never seen a group of people do yoga on asphalt. That had to be hot yoga, no pun intended.
Oh my gosh. That doesn't sound good.
You know
That doesn't
what?
sound safe.
I played 1 hour, and that's all I was scheduled to play. I made it
Yeah.
through, and I was hydrated, and I was in good shape, and I'm proud that I did that. And
Yeah.
then tonight, of course, the Celtic Rain show
Mhm.
coming up at the end of the month. I'm doing one probably final recording for the year at Playground. I love Adam Revere, and I love Playground, and we're going to be back at Playground recording on the 30th. Then coming up, I've got shows at the Indiana State Fair, which I'm really pleased to play. On August the 6th, I'll be with the Playground Muddy Boys. We'll be at the Pioneer Village. On August the 10th, I'll be at the Pioneer Village Opry Barn with my full Louisiana band, the 7-piece band. We'll play a 1-hour Rockin' Hoosier Mardi Gras show. And then on August 18th is my final show at the State Fair this year. And I will be doing a solo tribute at the Pioneer Village to the Beatles' 60th anniversary show. And I'm only playing music that I've written about that or from that show. So twist and shout, I want to hold your hand, a hard day's night, look out, here comes Buck. So that's a long story, but I'll also play my song that I wrote called Life's Little Charms. And I'll play that tonight for everyone out there. My mom used to call this her favorite song of mine. She renamed it. She was from New Orleans, and she said, Bob, play. She'd call me Bobby. She'd say, play Baby Boy. So I'm going to play Baby Boy, Life's Little Charms. I'll dedicate it to you, Rebecca, tonight, to you and your son. Okay?
Oh, thank you.
So this is Life's Little Charms, and it was my mom's favorite song of mine. A baby boy in his mother's arms falls asleep. He's rocking to the gentle rhythm of her heartbeat. And he'll grow up to be someone who you've often longed to meet, who's full of laughs, love, and little charms. People change like freight trains and passenger cars. Women could be from Venus, men might be from Mars. But if you rearrange, you might go someday, go up to the stars, full of laughs, love, and little charms. World goes round in circles, babies love their mom. Time moves so fast, you think it's lost its arms. We grow up so fast to become who we are. Yeah, you're full of laughs, love, and a little charm. Yes, you are. World goes round in circles, babies love their mom. Time moves so fast, hey, you think it's lost its arms. And we grow up so fast to become who we are. Yeah, you're full of laughs, love, and little charms. A baby boy in his mother mother's arms, falls asleep. He's rocking to the gentle rhythm of her heartbeat. He'll grow up to be someone you'd often long to meet, full of life's love and little charms. World goes round in circles, babies love their mom. Time moves so fast, you think it's lost its arms. We grow up so fast to become who we are. Yeah, you're full of lies, love and little charms. The baby girl in her daddy's arms falls asleep, full of lies, love and little charms.
Very nice. Well, we're going to listen to another one from you called Moonstar. Tell us about this song.
And that's a good dovetail into that, because I've only written one song for my daughter, and this one was it.
There you go.
My daughter's my manager these days, so I don't know if she's watching or not. She hopes she's not embarrassed if she's watching, but you know, life is beautiful in that regard. You know, I've been really blessed. Dr. Martin Luther King, God bless him, said that longevity has its place. He didn't get to see it, God bless him, but I believe that that's really true, and I'm just very fortunate to have some longevity. And you know, I've got one brother, so the song earlier about the sisters and the tribes, I'm really fortunate that my brother's ridden along with me. We're very different, by the way, but it's all good.
They usually are.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to listen to this song, have a little bit more fun, and we'll go from there. All right, here we go. All right, guys. So, yes, we have Moonstar by Buck Rogers Jr. We have Wild Times by S.J. Tucker. I saw her this weekend, too. I was very, very excited, needless to say. And then we have Crow Whispers by Louis Garou. This is a new artist to us, so exciting. And then we have Tip Your Bartenders by Adam Crabtree. Some great music coming your way right now. Here we go.
You came to us when you were two. You hugged your mom's leg like, I love you. In fostering, we learned about you. Our moon star, we love you. Born to a mother and father who may not understand just where you resided in God's plan. I'm so glad you held your mom and dad's hand. Our moon star, we love you. Someday when I'm gone, come see me. Underneath the moon and stars, underneath the tree, your mom and dad, friends and family, our moon star, we love you. went to school and played softball with your dad. You graduated from college, married Cole and took his hand. Hey kids, love you, moon star, laugh and sing. Our moon star, we love you. Oh, someday when I'm gone, come see me beneath the moon and stars, underneath the tree. Your mom and dad, friends and family. Our moon star, we're proud of you. Our moon star, we love you.
I stand between the wild and the familiar, wondering if they've always been the same. Tonight's is a moon worth drawing down. We are witches worthy of the name. Comes a gathering of signals from far and wide, little candles burning on both sides of all our dirty screens tonight. All the old familiar rhymes are not gonna fit these wild, wild times. What's familiar's gotta be run out on away. So let it begin right here, right now, right here, right now. Let it begin with me. Oh, let it begin, let it begin. Picking up the call to action. One's ready and tears held back. Let's send out everything we've got. Let the blue pale before the black. Red, white, and I had it up to here. Comes a gathering of signals from everywhere. Here comes that moon and the sky is clear. All the old familiar rhymes are not gonna fit these wild, wild times. What's familiar's gotta be run out on away. All the old familiar rhymes are not gonna fit these wild, wild times. What's familiar's gotta be run out on away. Darling, you are not the only one. Everything you need to feel, go ahead and feel it till it's done. And after, take some time to heal. This machine and I know the work continues over time. No vacation from the lies. All the old familiar rhymes do not suit our changing times. Damned if the revolution ain't televised and broadcast far and wide. Keep documenting all that's ours. Keep on speaking truth to power. Listen and lift up, survive. 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 Survive.
Sanity is a mere refuge. Where you begin to dwell. Your mirror becomes a window on the other side of hell. And the crows whisper telling you who sleeps beneath the corn, waiting, dreaming in the darkness. She wears a crown of horns. She wears a crown of horns. In the shadows of the dark and ancient mountains, the sunny valley, it lies low. But what lies beneath that valley is the future long foretold. Soon she will be rising to cleanse the earth of precious blue and living balm, where she'll sow chaos and pass due justice to the sound of thunder, to the sound of the tower fall. And the crows whisper telling me who sleeps beneath the corn, waiting, dreaming in the darkness. She wears a crown of horns. She wears a crown of horns. Burning skies, they will produce no rain. Just off the wildfire down below. And with the horror come the hunger pangs. The public panic starts to show. And then the people fight each other. As they have always done. Dark Mother relishes the terror, their fire and iron, and the compensating guns. And the crows whisper telling you who sleeps beneath the corn, waiting, dreaming in the darkness. She wears a crown of horns. She wears a crown of horns. waiting, dreaming in the darkness. She wears a crown of horn. She wears a crown of horns. And the crows sit on her shoulders and whisper in her ears. Please don't bring them back again. It always ends in tears. It always ends in tears. It always ends in tears.
I've been to many bars all around this place, all a little different, but pretty much the same. People come in to have a good time, to party it up or relax and unwind. After a hard week at work, what's a little fun gonna hurt? So come on in, grab a drink from the bar, and then find you a seat, 'cause the band's about to start. And if the music hits you right and you can't take it no more, bring it on down to the dance floor. But no matter where you go, have a good time. But there's one thing to remember: always tip your bartender. We got people shooting a pool in the back, throwing darts, drinking beer from the tap. Well, there's a bachelorette party taking shots outside, and by the looks of things, they're gonna get a little wild tonight. So come on in, grab a drink from the bar, and then find you a seat, 'cause the band's about to start. And if the music hits you right and you can't take it no more, bring it on down to the dance floor. But no matter where you go, have a good time. But there's one thing to remember: always tip your bartender. So come on in, grab a drink from the bar, and then find you a seat, 'cause the band's about to start. And if the music hits you right and you can't take it no more, bring it on down to the dance floor. But no matter where you go, have a good time. But there's one thing to remember: always tip your bartender. But no matter where you go, have a good time. But there's one thing to remember: always, always tip your bartender. Oh, tip 'em good, man.
Now That's a good advice. Good advice. Tip those bartenders and those musicians. Tip both bartenders and musicians. Well, it has been a great show, my dear. Thank you for coming on with me.
Well, thank you for having me again, Rebecca, for having me tonight. And also, I like that last song by Adam Crabtree. I don't know Adam personally, but that's some pretty good stuff. I know him. We're friends on Facebook and so on. But really nice song. Again, merci beaucoup for having me, Rebecca. Continue doing what you're doing, being a great and beautiful person and great hostess for this show. But thank you for having me on. As always, it's a pleasure to be on your show.
Thank you so much. Well, you guys, you can find him at buckrogersjr.com. That's BUCKROGERSJR.com.
Yeah, and come see us at the State Fair,
That's
too,
right.
if you get a
See him
chance.
at the State Fair. You guys, if you are not watching from YouTube, you can go to youtube.com/C for channel /Celtic Rain, like rain out of the sky. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and then you can hit the little bell. It's like magic. It tells you exactly when we're going to be on. If you have music to send me, you can send it to CelticRain777@gmail.com. And all you have to do is be a small label or independent artist, and please be family friendly. No cursing. Don't make fun of people. Literally, that's it, people. This is the Celtic Rain Radio Show. I say thank you.
Eat quite anything.
Good night, goodbye, and have an amazing time.